There are some big question marks on this beautiful 15-game daily fantasy baseball slate, including, will the rain hold off in Washington? Probably not, and I'm assuming that game doesn't play. Does Charlie Morton, against a tough Cleveland lineup, continue his trend of throwing a stinker after each gem? How long will the Mets let Jacob deGrom go? Can Sean Newcomb be the top performer at an elevated price tag? Or is this his leveling out point? Yeah, it's safe to say this is a dangerous one. Be sure to be paying close attention to the news throughout the day to try and pick up on some insights. Hint, hint, especially concerning deGrom's pitch count. As always, RotoChill's extensive research tools help set the foundation for these plays. Rotook is the ultimate DFS assistant, combining all of the stats, trends, and research tools you need into a convenient and user-friendly format that cuts the difficulties out of your research and gets you the money in your pocket quicker and with less hassle than any other DFS platform. And if you're looking for even more insight into the DFS world, Rotook University has you covered. There you learn strategies, bankroll management, contest selection, and how to put together winning lineups to take your daily fantasy game to the next level. Before you get to the plays, don't forget to give me a follow on Twitter, @MikivEtch, for more MLB daily fantasy content. I'm always down to answer your questions, so be sure to hit me up there and get a conversation going. More DFS, SNDFS, Lineup Builder, MLB DFS Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings Core Plays for Friday, May 18th. Zach Godley, P. Diamondbacks at Mets, DK, 8,100 FD, $8,500. If you're playing cash tonight, it's likely you start your lineup with Morton, Newcomb or deGrom, and I'm cool with that. But if you're playing a Friday night GPP, I have a lot of interest in Godley against what's left of this broken and injured Mets lineup. The walks are always going to be a concern with Godley, and his past few outings have left much to be desired, but this is still a guy who can generate a good amount of swinging strikes with the strikeout ceiling we need to consider. Because of his poor starts, I'm projecting Godley to massively underowned, and love the idea of using him in single-entry or small-field tournaments. Plus, not only does Godley finally get a lineup he can do some damage against, but early indications are that tonight should also be cold with the wind blowing in at Citi Field. Some nice pitching weather for a Godley rebound. Mookie Betts, of Red Sox vs Orioles, DK, $5,800, FD, $5,200. Wow. Look at that price tag for Betts. What's crazy is that I have no problem paying it. Betts can pay it off any and every night in a variety of ways. The Red Sox continue to look like one of the best lineups in baseball, and leading off, Mookie is dominating as one of the most consistent DFS plays you can roster in 2018. The guy does it all. He hits bombs, he steals bags, he very rarely strikes out, and he continues to lead the league in runs scored with sluggers like J.D. Martinez, Hanley Ramirez, and Mitch Moreland playing equally great baseball behind him. Here's where I'm coming from tonight. I have a hard time believing the Red Sox fail against Alex Cobb. But I'm not convinced a Boston stack is worth it either, with so many fun bats on this 15-game slate. Mookie is going to give me exposure to the Red Sox offense and is the safest chance to capture their fantasy points without selling out completely for the Boston stack. Ronald Acuna Jr., of Braves vs Marlins, DK, $4,300, FD, $4,200. Please keep playing Acuna Jr. at this price tag. I told you when he was first called up that he is a real deal talent and a player we want to have on our roster as we watch his MLB star rise. Batting second in this Braves lineup, Acuna has so many opportunities to score fantasy points. and while we've seen him already put together a .400 WOBA in his past 50 at-bats against righties, the potential for more power and stolen bases is yet to come to full fruition, but it will, and when it does, Acuna is going to see his price tag jump another grand, as both the sites and the general public realize how much Acuna has in common with that guy Mookie I just wrote up from Boston. Invest in talent, not fluky play. If you keep playing Acuna this cheap, it's going to pay off. Matt Olson, 1B, Athletics at Blue Jays, DK, $3,500 FD, $3,000. The A's might end up being one of the top stacks of the day because of their cheap price tags and 4.9 implied run total. A matchup with fly ball pitcher Marco Estrada suits the surging Athletics lineup well as a boomer-bust team that generates their offense through the long ball. It's really perfect timing. Not only has Estrada been giving up a lot of hard contact over his past few starts, but the A's bats have also come alive on this road trip against the AL East, and it's becoming evident that the dramatic park shift the team experiences when playing on the road does impact the performance of this lineup. You can stack Oakland's top 5 or 6 batters here tonight, but if I'm looking at 1 or 2 guys, it's Olson and Matt Joyce, in that order. Both are streaky hot hitters, and both have been swinging that bat well lately, with Olson going yard in 3 of his past 4 games. I've talked about this before. At 1B, it's all about targeting power anyway. Olson provides solid salary relief and seems to have the matchup tilted dramatically in his favor.